like a leprechaun, son.
All right, that's how we starting the show. I'm looking like a leprechaun. All right, what's going on, man? It's that You Heard podcast, man. Look, man, you know what I'm saying? We match up with the hats is what we do, man. It's family, man. Yo, real quick, this says You Heard. Joe got me mad and insecure.
Tell us, people, everybody out there in TV land, video land, tell us if that's Notre Dame green right there.
Never.
Tell
Never
us if that's Irish green, right? That looks Irish green to me.
First of all, it says
us,
You Heard.
Just let us know. You know what I mean? Just put in the comments, Irish or not. You know what I mean?
No, we're not starting no goddamn. We're not starting no poll this early on the show, man. We're not doing it. First of all, you know what I'm saying? My wife made this for me. Don't disrespect it. You know what I'm saying? You got two shirts in your closet right now.
Somebody had green. It's not that green, huh?
First of all, this is dope, man. So, you know what I'm saying? It stands out. Let's go.
It is.
Hey, man. Like, comment, subscribe, leave us reviews, man. Hey, if y'all watching, man, take the time, go to wherever you listen to your podcast, man. I'm saying, leave us a review, man. We appreciate it. You see the channel growing. We need those reviews, man, all over the podcast platforms, man. Disrespectful. Irish green. I would
Happy
never.
St. Patty's Day, son.
It's July. Like, this is what we doing? That's so disrespectful. So disrespectful.
Come on.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CB. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about that shit right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate it. I'm saying, like,
I mean, what did you talk? What are we talking about, son?
Get into it. I felt
keep it in the fuck.
You heard?
Yo, man.
CB been out so long, he getting short-term disability, son. Like we're paying for short-term disability.
Man, Fab, you saw. He said he's HR. I was like, why'd you promote yourself? How you HR? You know what I'm saying? Social media. You got too many titles, too many hats there, man. You got to make it on the show more often, fam.
Them yellow Starbirds get you every time. You know what I mean? They just really make you ill.
Yeah. Man, the only answer is the pink Starburst, right? Like if we, it ends there. I mean, it's ridiculous. Right.
I buy all pink, the all pink pack. So.
That's the only way to do it, man. We'll have. He's allegedly, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be on the show on Sunday. So we'll wait to roast him. Then he'll see this and he'll be like, "Yo, y'all got me like that." I was like, "Yeah."
General counsel. He has to face the general counsel. So he's
got to come to the board meeting, man. He's got to come to the board meeting.
He does.
Speaking of meetings and all that, man, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday was ACC Media Day for the Hurricanes. What were your impressions? Obviously, coach speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, we find little tidbits here and there. But what were your impressions of, was it Matt Lee, Cam Kitchens, TVD, and Coach Cristobal, you know what I'm saying, making their rounds?
Yeah, man, I actually sat and watched it. I watched the whole thing. And I watched other teams, players and coaches and everything, man. As far as Miami goes, man, it's what I expected. You know what I mean? Coach Cristobal is not going to engage in the nonsense. It's just put your head down and go to work. And that's what I expected to hear. The players sound like the coach. And that's what I love. I think that's very underrated. They're taking on the personality of the head man.
Yep.
And that's very important. That means the buy-in, as we've heard so often, the buy-in is there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? At least it's there from those three. So if those are the leaders, you know, some of the leaders on the team, then, you know, the buy-in seems to be there. So, you know, that's cool.
One of my impressions, and this is not a knock or anything, but one of my impressions was like, how does a transfer portal player become one of the leaders in 6 months?
Sure.
Right? Like that's one. Look, we had Manny Navarro on, you know what I'm saying? And it's like the whole culture thing, right? If to me, right, like just looking at it as a thumbnail, right? It was like, okay, hold on, like the transfer portal, like it's not a knock on Miami. I'm sure he's a great leader, going to be the leader of the offensive line and all that. This is not a knock on him. This is nothing against him. But I'm looking at it as like, fam, you got anybody else who's been here, the 40 holdovers from last year, none of y'all stepped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I'm looking at it. It was like, you going to let Matt lead. This is not, now again, I'm saying friendly competition. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the same team, weren't rocking the same U. I'd feel some kind of way about that. And it's like, but to me, it's like you didn't do anything to step up. Love Matt Lee's answers to everything. You could tell young man has a great personality, a leader. You could tell he just wants to get to work. You know what I'm saying? The shirt didn't match the tie quite right. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't want to be there. Like, I just want to go back to the gym, go back into the lab.
But he said he wants to be there. He said, like, he was not asking, but he was like, yo, ACC Media Day, I want to go to that. Like, before, maybe, but that's what he was saying. He wanted to be there.
But that's the leader that he is, right? But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like, he's ready to get to work too. Like, he's an extent, like, O-line coach, you know what I'm saying, the crystal ball, O-lineman, they're gonna have the same work, the same mentality. So I thought it was dope. Obviously Cam Kitchens' clip that went viral was, you know what I'm saying, almost, you know what I'm saying, damn near emotional, keeping it a buck, like when he's talking about his family and what it means to, like, even if we don't have anything, we're gonna give back. Like, that's a leader. But we knew that last year after the last press conference, right? As a sophomore, calling out seniors and juniors. So TVD, standard responses, he's getting ready to go to the league, so he's getting ready to say standard responses and excited. And I didn't watch it all live like you did. I did watch clips, but I did go back and see last year's ACC Media Day where TVD was there. Very similar language.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nobody should get carried away from a press conference. They're not giving you plays. They're not going to tell you nothing. But again, Cam Kitchens' moment, because those outside of football questions is why I love to do the podcast. Because, like, I want to get to know the person, right? Like, I want to know that, like, when we had Shamar Kirk on, like, I want to know more about you. Like, this football shit, running a route is running a route. Like, you got to put that work in. But yeah, I thought it was obviously appreciate you keeping me up to date, everything going on. What were your impressions from what other coaches said about their teams? How did it differ from
before that? One of the highlights was they asked, they had a wheel behind the panel and they spun the wheel and you had to answer whatever the wheel picked or whatever. So they landed on that you had to say something nice about your rival, which is obviously Florida State. Yeah. Cam was like, nah, I have nothing nice to say. You know what I mean? Matt Lee was like, I think you guys were good, and I liked watching y'all when Jameis Winston was quarterback.
And
that's it.
I like that. That was on ESPN, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
On ESPN. Yeah,
that was hilarious. Yes. That was on the yeah. That was on the ACC network. That was on the ACC.
What did TVD say? Because I couldn't find that.
It was just Cam and Matt Lee.
Okay. It's hard. Yeah. It was surprising how hard it was to find, like, clips of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put ACC Media, so, like, whatever I could, I found that I watched it. But the panels that, like, I saw thumbnails and clips for, I couldn't really find them. So it was a little frustrating because I was out all day. So whatever I could get, I did. So that's why, like, I'm asking you because you know what I'm saying, you sat there and watched the whole thing.
Facts. So you was talking about impressions of other coaches. Listen, man, I'm really impressed with Coach Brom at Louisville. Like, I mean, I know what he did at Purdue. You know what I mean? Yep. You had Purdue. I know how he was as a player or whatever, but yeah, man, I think they're gonna be I think they're gonna be a force, man. I think they're gonna get better, and I think they're gonna be competitive in the conference. You know what I mean? And the players talk glowingly about him, and the staff as a whole, and they got Louisville on lock. Like, they got Louisville on. I think he has an unlimited budget at Louisville. Like, I think I was really impressed by them, him and the staff and the players. But that's just, being nice with it, but I don't really give a shit about the rest of them. You know what I mean? It's about this, it's about that. But I mean, so for that's what impressed me. That's it. That's all.
I've had a few interactions. I've had a few interactions with the Louisville fans. They're like oddly nice and mean at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm saying like you can go back, like I think it was like a
in person.
No.
Okay.
Online, and it was like back and forth. And at the end, they were like, "Yo, man, this is stupid. What are we doing?" Like, we went back and forth for a long time, and it was like their best comeback was like, "Hey, you're fat." I was like, "Word, I am. Thanks."
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's, like that was like their mean thing to say. So I got it's gonna be weird like that. We're gonna play for a trophy because it's not really a rivalry. Because like I don't see them as a rival, but like you know what I'm saying, we've had good games against them in the past.
Yeah.
And now going for like what is it, the Howard Schnellenberger Trophy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, it's gonna be dope. And that
I think it'll develop. It'll develop rivalry, yeah.
Yeah, it won't take long. Like if we keeping it up, it doesn't take long.
No.
It doesn't take long at all. So you know what I'm saying? That was cool. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, best of luck to them until they play us. And that's just how I feel about that. That's it. Move. All right. That was any more impressions from ACC Media Day for you?
It looks like the ACC will be stuck getting shammed, but that's about getting the shaft. But it's hopefully not. Maybe Miami can get out and get to that wherever. But
there's questions in that leadership.
I wasn't overly impressed with that part of it. No. So.
Yeah, I did catch that. I was like, this is what you highlight ACC Network. Like, this is what you highlight him. Okay, I ain't even gonna say their name, man. Let's just move on. All right, man. Look, y'all know what it is, man. That period is over. You know what I'm saying? This weekend, you know what I'm saying, got the kickoff. My first question to you before we get into the players: are they gonna cater, or do you see like Coach Cristobal like in the apron? You know what I'm saying, flipping the steak. Coach had died. You know what I'm saying, trying to get the chicken right. You know what I'm saying? Somebody bringing in like the potato salad. This is catered, right?
Yeah, they definitely gonna cater it, but it's gonna be fire cater. Like it's not gonna be, you know what I mean? I don't know, a chain spot, Cracker Barrel or something like that. Nah. It's gonna be the hood. It's gonna be the hood spot with the good food, man. You know what I mean? So
all my people down in Miami, man. There's this spot, I forget it. My boy took me to off Chrome Ave, headed towards Homestead, man. Yo, they're you know what I'm saying, you got the burnt ends, you got the whole nine, man. You got the whole chicken. Y'all, if y'all remember the name of it, man, I completely forgot about it. The name of it, man, y'all, that should be hitting, boy. That thing hits.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. So the spread gonna be crazy because you're gonna have offensive, defensive linemen. You can't serve like how you would serve regular people. You know what I'm saying? These are growing kids, growing young men. Now, speaking of those young men, let's run down that list of, as of right now, recording on a Wednesday, who's coming to the cookout.
Yeah, so this is from earlier, so it may have changed from early in the afternoon. You know what I mean? So the commits, Judd Anderson to be on tap, Kevin Riley, Elijah Lofton, JoJo, Mr. Plaz, The Door, Mr. Manaya, Marquise Lightfoot, Ryan Mack, Return of the Mac, Dalen Russell.
Return of the Mac.
Yeah. So far for commits. Hopefully get Cam Pruitt on board. You know what I mean? Hopefully he can come through. We'll talk about that in a minute. 2024, Aiden Breland, Cam Franklin, but we knew that already. Xavier Mincy, Lawan McCoy, Jalen Hayward.
Yes, sir. AP.
And I think Lawan and Jalen Hayward haven't been confirmed, but are likely.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Khalil, a DB.
Was it Lawayne McCoy was confirmed likely, right? Whatever that means by a rival. You know what I'm saying? People, I don't know his name. Who cares what his name is? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not giving no other people clout like
a
that.
rival site.
But, a rival site said, you know what I'm saying, that he's likely to come here and go somewhere else. Aiden Breland, listened to Donald earlier that he's probably going to take A&M and Miami this week. You know what I'm saying? So they're getting those miles in.
So it'll probably come to the barbecue and then slide to Texas probably.
Yeah.
Unless unless
why would you? Yeah.
Unless but
unless things get shut down. Have been recruiting him since the 8th grade, so that, like Donald said, that would hurt. That one would be.
We got some 2025s and 2026s, man. I ain't gonna get into all the names, but yeah. So Cam Pruitt.
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Yeah,
get right into it.
He got that. He got that local school, man. If y'all don't know, he's from Alabama.
Yep.
And Coach Saban can do what he wants. Offered him recently, and they're gonna check it out. So, do we think he's gone? Is this an automatic? He's gone.
I'm not gonna say automatic, right? Because the offer was a few days ago, right? Like it wasn't like today, right? By all accounts, it was a couple of days. So if he had already decommitted, I've been like, hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? Like if those we're all like, oh, he got offered by Alabama, so all of us, you know what I'm saying, the spidey senses go up. Like, oh, so he's gone. Like, because you know what I'm saying, that Alabama did that with the tight end or wide receiver, however they wanted to put him.
With the center too.
With the center too. Like yeah. So that's kind of what they do. They just show up like, hey man, guess what? You coming? All right, I guess I am. Like it feels like I don't even like give them a conversation. Like, hey, come on. All right, man. I was leaving anyway. I guess I'll go with you. Type shit. So I don't know yet, right? Like Cam is a quiet guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I follow him on socials, doesn't say much, doesn't tweet out a lot. It's an understandable move, right? Keeping it a buck, right? Like hometown kid is why I'm worried very much so about Kevin Riley. Him coming out for the barbecue sets my nerves at ease a little bit, but Alabama can show up to every game and every practice. Miami can't. That's the proximity thing. That's why we have you know what I'm saying? That's why we have a heads up on other players down in the city. So I'm not gonna say I'm worried yet, but it gives me a cause for pause. You know what I mean? Like, shit. Like, okay. It's hard to go into Alabama and once Alabama wants you, you know what I mean? So what you thinking?
Yeah, man. We knew it's just like the other way around, right? When somebody that we want is committed somewhere else, we gonna go hard until December. You know what I mean? So, hopefully we get a chance to go hard until December. Hopefully, none of the young men just decommit and let it, give us a chance to cook. Let's see how the season goes. Because like we've been saying, the season is going to be an indication, man. We're gonna know.
The season is it.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna know. So let's see how that goes. And either way, right? Either way, I'm not worried until the season in December. You know what I mean? Yeah. So whatever happens. So
I think that's been one of the most like refreshing things about starting the podcast with you, who's been like through the experience of having a son that, what I'm saying, got committed, was recruited, and that whole nine. Your perspective is going to be different than somebody who never been through it, right? Like who's just been an outsider who like heard second or third hand. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like the season is a season, right? Like that's why like if Cam decommits and goes, he could flip back. The season is a season. Relationships were there. Because now on the opposite side of that, you have a possible flip to us. You know what I'm saying? In LaWayne McCoy, who like that's where the smoke is and all that. But again, the season is the season. Like if LaWayne McCoy commits at the barbecue, like yo man, you know what I'm saying, with some chicken in his hand, I'm saying some chicken and steak in his hand, some brisket. That hey man, I'm ready to go, but hey, I'm coming. He commits like that. That doesn't mean shit till December. So that's what if y'all listen to us and get anything else before you start writing a response to what we say without listening to what we say, December is what matters. The season is what matters. Look, I'm nervous about the season. I have no idea what to expect. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot, but this barbecue is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta feed the rest of the players, right? It's not just for the possible commits. Like you feeding your Francis Maigoa and a Jaden Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
feeding everybody. Yeah,
you're feeding everybody. That's so much food. I can't imagine what that bill gonna be.
So
that
much
bill
food.
gonna be so much food. Who are you?
Obviously,
who are your focuses to make some headway with for this one? It'd be the lineman,
Aiden Breland and Cam Franklin.
Yep, that's it.
Aiden Breland and Cam Franklin, man. If listen, man, those two dudes, because we had a conversation about what the D-line commits look like, right? What do we what combination, are we good with?
Yeah.
So Lightfoot is on board.
Artavius Jones is on board.
Artavius, Cam, and Aiden Breland. I'm good. I'm good.
And the state player, was it the state player of the year? You know what I'm saying?
Dalen
For his
Russell.
classification. Dalen Russell. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not sleep on him either.
I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm good money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At edge, we got Lightfoot. Maybe we get one other person on board. The edge position is kind of, we got Jaden Wayne already. Yeah, we got Cyrus Moss, the edge. Yeah, the edge position. I think Collins bumps inside, but that's something different.
Yeah.
But I'm good with those beasts inside. I'm good, man. You know what I mean?
You see Collins. I see Collins like a Calais Campbell, like an interior defensive line, like with that reach.
I see him inside, definitely, because I think he's gonna be, 6'7", 300, 285, 290 in that range.
Yeah, I see him bumping inside too. But yeah, that's the other thing, right? Like when we hear somebody saying like, "Oh, but we're not getting all these edges right now is crowded." Like these young men are looking at that, so we gotta think about that too. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
Oh,
it's crazy. You good?
Yep. But yeah. I got like a Wi-Fi something on top of my computer screen. I don't know what happened. Checking to see if my mesh is all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you were freezing there. I was like, it's not me, right? It's not me.
Yeah. You was freezing too, though. That's what I'm saying. We was both freezing, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know. That's a weird one. Hey man, listen, you know what I'm saying? Benny Boondock strikes again, man. You know what I'm saying? But that barbecue gonna be crazy. Y'all heard the list. Obviously, we hope some commits come out of that, but hey man, December is the focus.
And I'm sure there'll be more. Like there'll be more names that can't be said. Supposed to be secret visitors. There's definitely always those. So we'll see what's up. We'll see
that shit, man. If y'all know it's a secret, stay quiet. You can report it after. You know what I'm saying? Like, guess what, fam? It doesn't. You don't always have to be first, man. Salute to Flo. You know what I'm saying? Just salute to Flo and the whole DeGenerate squad. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk, but none of us go public with the shit. Like we don't need that. You don't need to do it. Let the staff and the young men cook. Let them do their thing, man. December is the focus, man. December is the focus, man. It's crazy. Unnecessary, yo. Unnecessary. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue time should make me hungry thinking about a barbecue, keeping the buck. Nah, man. All right, man. Look, we were listening. Speaking of Flo, we were listening to his last live. You know what I'm saying? On Sunday, he had a gentleman by the name Brandon Adoy, right?
Yeah, I
Brandon
think so.
Adoy, and he made a comment that you hit me was like, "Yo, you got to watch this shit." He said, "Ain't no such thing as development anymore for coaches." And we talked about it briefly because we never do the show before the show. Y'all know how we do. What were you when you heard that? What was your first thoughts, and then when you sat with it, what started brewing?
I definitely got his perspective. You know, I understood what he was saying. He was saying that the majority or a lot of coaches are not around to develop the young men. They're going after 2 years or 1 year or 3 years or whatever. And for major college programs, they need you ready now. Like they're recruiting 5 stars, elite players. They need you to play and be ready now. And then he was also saying, where's the time to develop? These coaches are on the road all the time. Like during the season, you're playing, you're in season. Development really doesn't happen at that point. In the off season, these coaches are recruiting all off season from January to January. These cats are recruiting. You know what I mean? So the development is on the players. The development happens at Gold Feet and at Exos or wherever these cats work out at, your personal trainer, whatever. That's the development. And I understand what he's saying. Like I understand that. So when I'm thinking maybe more mental development happens in the building. You know what I mean?
Right.
More mental toughness, getting people on the same page as the head coach.
Understanding
Getting
language.
the buy-in part of it, and growing mentally as a man. Because you get a kid when they're 17, 18, they're with you until they're 21, 22. You know what I mean? So, develop them as a man. So, maybe more of the mental part of it is developed than the physical part of it.
Yeah. And then it's also teaching, right? Like it's teaching the playbook, teaching the plays. Like I don't know because I don't know, right? Like I'm assuming they might not have the time to teach you how to run a slant to cut on that whatever step you need to cut that. Like that has to be in the off season with your teammates or with a coach or I'm saying your personal wide receiver coach, your personal safety coach, whatever that is, right? The personal trainers. And now the one thing I did mention when we talked about it was now with NIL, that's kind of has to be the thought process, right? Like if you want to take that next step as a player, regardless of your ranking, right? Regardless of being the 5, 4, or 3-star, you want to take that next step as a player and you believe in yourself, that investment, if they're investing in you, you should double that in and invest it in yourself. I'm saying because now you could pay a personal trainer that you couldn't afford before when you had all these stipulations of what you could and couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? You could train outside of Aaron Feld and get your body right and learn what it is to eat, have a cook, have a dietitian, a nutritionist. You shouldn't be in your third full year at a program. You know what I'm saying? Talking about in the middle of off season, talking about now I know what to eat. Like that should not happen, right? And again, like the brief conversation we had is like maybe that's been the culture of what you know what I'm saying of what it's been is like to me, right? Being an outsider, and y'all in the comments tell me if I'm wrong. I've never played for, never played football or, you obviously different perspective. It's been, it's been too many people were like, oh, I'm going to Miami. And the thing, we're just going to win because we're Miami. And I'm just not going to put in extra work. I always tell you, like, fam, nobody's body's changed. Like 17 to 21, 18 to 22, your body should change a little. You know what I'm saying? If you're working now, if you're eating right, your body's going to change. Within 30 to 60 days, your body should start. So for 4 years, your body never changed. Like never.
Mm-hmm.
Like The day you came in is what you leave at. I don't comprehend how that happens. I was in the Army from 18 to 25, right? Roughly. My body changed in that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I went in, like I said, I was in way better shape. Obviously, I'm in the Army. I'm running all the time. My body changed then. And that's me running just 3 to 4 days a week. You know what I'm saying? I'd go to the gym and do us, but like I'm just doing that shit. And I can't imagine when and that's my entire life. But this is your entire life to make money. Like you trying to make it to the next level, and you can't leave at 22 looking the same way you did at 18.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I agree. When I went to college, my body changed instantly. First year. So when I went to college, I was probably weighing about 175, 180. When I started, because I redshirted my freshman year. When I started my red shirt freshman year, I was like 218. You know what I mean? And just, good, so yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely think it's more mental, man. You know what I mean? More the really learning how to play football. Yeah. Really, because like we said, unless you go to an IMG or something, or Central or something, you're basically the dominant person on your team and probably in that league. Artavius Jones is just bigger, faster, stronger than everybody he plays against. Not that he's not talented, but he just started playing football, right? So
1 year in.
Yeah, to have that, to dominate like he's doing, he's bigger, faster, stronger than everybody. So I think it's more mental.
Yeah, and he tell you that himself, right? Like he tell you, look, I haven't even began to touch what I can be. It's just I'm just beating everybody with athleticism and being bigger, faster, stronger. That development takes time, man. It takes work. Like I'm watching the Netflix series Quarterback, right? Patrick Mahomes every day is working out with a throwing coach. The throwing coach doesn't look like he should be the person coaching Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? But he had every day is working with a throwing coach. If the best in the game, right, is every day working out like a madman. So is a Josh Allen. Everybody in that league to gain a little bit. Not like if Patrick Mahomes is doing it, there's no excuse.
What are you doing? You think you can just get away with it? That's what I tell these young cats, man. Like you working out an hour a day, and you think you're about to be dope? You think you're about to go to the league? You working out an hour a day? It ain't happening.
It's not gonna happen. It's not happening.
It ain't happening, boss.
And then I asked you before the pod, right? And if y'all don't know, Joe, how much can a coach work with you in the off season?
Yeah, I believe it's none. Like a strength and conditioning coach works with you, but I don't think like the position coaches, coordinators can do anything in the off season.
No.
Like all workouts have to be with your teammates and all that. They can't schedule workouts. They can't be at workouts.
Yeah, it's all player led. Now, y'all know how bad we've been the last.
Yeah, coaches have their ways of being around and seeing what's going on. You know what I mean? But
I can't be coach directed. So that's something, I till he said it, I was like, shit. And then you start thinking about the time, like, yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. Like, no position coach at that school, if you're not putting in the work in the other, football's 3.5 months. The other 8.5 months, if you're not putting in the work in, you can't show up to camp out of shape. Those 15 practices.
After spring ball, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And then until August, right? So
till August. August 1st it kicks off for these games.
August 1st, baby.
Before we get into this last little side conversation, what with 40 new players, man, how are people making decisions on or expectations of what this team's gonna be? Just overall. Like I genuinely don't know, right? And
Yeah.
people go on shows and look, I'm not that's people's jobs, you know what I'm saying? People gotta do what they gotta do. I'm not knocking that. But I don't know what a Matt Lee's gonna be. I don't know what Javion Cohen's gonna be. I don't know if things are gonna click. Like, yeah, he was at Alabama, gave up no sacks. Okay, that's not worried about. But what what is the depth? Like, I don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic because the unknown might be better. But I've also seen 15 to 20 years of fuck again.
And you just said it. That's what everybody's doing, right?
Yeah,
So everybody has PTSD, son.
yeah,
So
bad.
every off season we've heard we have talent.
Yeah,
This is going to change. Every off season we've heard that, and it hasn't, except for a couple of times here and there. So that's the thought process from everybody. Yo, everybody's afraid to dive in. Everybody's afraid to drink the Kool-Aid. Everybody's
100%.
afraid. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it's because look, man, and I'll tell you, and I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck, right? All the way. What burned me, right? What was my final shit was the last administration, the last staff, right? Because they did all the great shit for social media. And at that time I was heavy in social media. I remember the fake wrestling matches, and you know what I'm saying, the lights with the music loud, and you know what I'm saying, and the throwing I remember all that shit. I was like, yeah, yeah, we about to get nasty. And then FIU, Louisiana Tech. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, you got me. So like after that put the worst like with Coach Rick, it was like, all right, he's a professional, but I always knew he was a little older. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the obvious thing. And gave us our first 10-win season in the last 20 years. But the last one, because it was like so in your face, like it made me like recoil after, right? That's why like when Mario got, I was like, all right, he's won his Pac-12 titles, but I'm like, I gave you everything. I gave you everything I had. So now I'm like, what do I got? So like I'm looking at it, especially now, learning more about it. You know what I'm saying? Getting some behind the scenes, having conversations with people that know. I still can't. I still can't drink the Kool-Aid just because I I need to see it, right? Like
Mhm.
I need to see. I need to see fight, man. Like I was watching the CB Miami, Florida live stream, right? Like, and then I watched it. Like, fam, like, where's that? Like, it doesn't have to be 35-7. Where's 43-42 and we were down by 4 touchdowns? You know what I'm saying? Like, where the fuck is that at? Like, that's the stuff that I'm talking about. So it is that. It is. I'm cautious about it, and I'm cautiously optimistic because the new faces, but the new faces. I don't know. I don't know. And if anybody goes like, "Oh, like you supposed," fam, I'm being honest with you. I don't know. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
Drink some coffee.
Yeah. How I look at it is what I think should happen and what actually happens are two totally different things, right? So
Mhm.
I understand going into 2023, we've overhauled the roster.
Yeah,
We've added
43 to 44 new players. Yeah,
Matt Lee, we've added Javion Cohen, we've added 2 5-star tackles, we've added to the running back room, we've added to the receiver room.
yes. Seamus Shamar, Tyler
Yeah,
Harrell.
we've added to the linebacker room in youth.
Yeah,
We've added a middle linebacker. We've added to the secondary room. We've added to the D tackle room, but we have a good stable at the ends.
yeah.
We've added coordinators, 2 new coordinators
Yeah.
who have coached lesser talent and made them successful
Wow.
with results, good results.
Mm-hmm.
2 coordinators who know how to teach, who know how to develop relationships with their players, and who I believe can get their players to run through a brick wall for them, because that's what you have to have as a coach. Your players have to be willing to fucking go through a wall for you. You know what I mean? And I believe that's what we have. So I believe that the offense is going to be much better than 90 whatever in the country.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. The defense is going to be much better than 60th, 70th, whatever. Yeah, something like that. I believe that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Now, if we lose 3 O-linemen to injury and, you know, the middle linebacker gets hurt and, you know, Georgia Tech or whoever, North Carolina plays out of their minds and, you know, all types of shit happens, then what I thought probably ain't going to happen. Or the other way around. Everybody stays healthy. We play out of our mind. The offense clicks. The defense clicks. And what I thought happens will happen. It could go either way, son. Life is 50-50. Everything is 50-50. People, I swear, there is more than one outcome that can happen. Like, it's not, yo, they're not winning 9 games. No, it could happen. 12-0 could happen. Yes, it could.
It could.
It could. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where we don't play. Listen, man, we don't play anybody that is an automatic L. I don't give a fuck. We don't play anybody that's an automatic L. You know what I mean? Nobody. That's an automatic L. So, you know, yeah, man, it's just what we think should happen and what is really going to happen is a difference.
Yeah.
So we have to look at that.
Yeah, and that leads us to like the next thing, right? Like y'all see on this other thing, man. Elite versus competitive. Right? Like I think we have to get away from the big 3 comparison, right? Like we have to be realistic to who we are. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that on any given Saturday type shit. That's not the conversation we're trying to have. Pay attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Joe just said it. There's nobody on our schedule that's an automatic L. None. Not one. Not one. I don't give a fuck what 5-star, who, what. None. There's not one. I don't care about no Jimbo. I don't respect no man that wears a visor. Sorry. No disrespect to y'all Canes fans that do. I'm saying I'm sure it looks great on you. The U looks better. You know what I'm saying? The U looks better. But there's no team on our schedule that's an automatic L.
No.
But comparing yourself to the Alabamas, the Georgias, and the Ohio States, you're gonna just be unhappy. That's all you're gonna do. Georgia, Mark Richt won 10 games every year for like 20 years with Georgia. And it still wasn't the level of talent that that Georgia has now. It was not even close. And he won 10 games in the SEC. So fuck all and disrespect to Mark Richt. That's 10-2, 10-3 every year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the level that Georgia's at now is different. Y'all seen the bodies that they got. Alabama, you come on now. Let's not even argue that shit. The third team, y'all know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Great wide receivers. Yeah, let's move on. I'm not giving them that much light.
Yeah.
But look, man, we're talking about being competitive in the ACC. Like our schedule is terribly set up as far as the days when we play. There's no doubt about that. Y'all see Boston in fucking November, and you play like 3 games in 9 days type shit. It's stupid, and that just leads that man. Like we're not even talking about the fact that we got on the 1st we have Miami of Ohio, on the 9th we have Texas A&M, and on the 13th we have Bethune-Cookman. That's 3 games in 12 days. These are fresh bodies. You know what I'm saying? That playing that many games in so short time, if we come out of that injury free, it's big. Obviously, hopefully 3-0 out of that as well, but no major injuries because you basically have no time to rest. Like you go right into the shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's when you handle your business, right? When you have a Miami of Ohio, not trying to be disrespectful. When you have a Bethune-Cookman, you handle your business, right? You go in there, you start fast, and you get everybody out by halftime, the third quarter. You get everybody out.
End it early.
By the middle of the third quarter, end of the third quarter, you have your young boys in who should be playing. So yeah, definitely.
And look, to be as educated as some people are, until fall practice, because you have so many new portal guys that came in and during the off season, till probably week 1 before we're at the game. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not gonna do a prediction on the season because we don't even know who the starters on the whole defense are. Can you name right? You can't pen in a single besides Cam and Jay Will. You can't put nobody locked in. You don't know who the corners are. We say Devontae, and we don't know who's on the other side of that. What if Damari balls out? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an ever changing part. What if Kiko doesn't beat out Corey Flagg? Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what that's good. Corey Flagg didn't play in the spring. You know what I'm saying? Corey Flagg, for all his struggles, you know what I'm saying? He's been consistent, led the team in tackles last year, yada, yada, yada. So till we come out of camp healthy, because again, we got camp. We don't know injuries that happen in camp. So let's wait, you know what I'm saying? And let's see what happens then. We don't know. Tyler Harrell might ball out and have 1,000-yard season on 40 catches type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have no idea. So let's elite versus competitive. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's no – so the elite versus competitive, man, like we hear all the time how – well, not all the time, but from media people and, fans, whatever, that Miami doesn't have elite depth, elite talent. And for that reason,
7-5,
6-6, 6-7, 7-5. 8. All right, so elite, right? We know what elite is: Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State. There's only 3 elite teams in the country. Let's keep that in bulk. Like I hope you know that, right? So there's only.
If you don't know that, then I don't know what you're watching.
So the fourth is always a toss up. Like we said, somebody will get in and get destroyed when they in there. You know what I mean? Or make it a good game maybe. But yeah, no, we're not elite currently. Definitely not elite. That takes time to build. Being elite and staying elite takes time to build. Competitive, yes, we should be competitive, especially in the ACC. We should be competitive. We have a lot of unknowns. A lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's not unknown? Well, let's talk about what is unknown, how the offense is going to look. You know what I mean? We don't know that. We don't know how Matt Lee, Javion Cohen is going to look. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
We hear he's healthy.
We don't know if Zion Nelson going to be back. We don't know how if Francis starts at right tackle, we don't know how that's going to look. Don Chaney is back. We don't know how that's going to look. We got a bunch of new receivers. We know what we're getting with X. We know what we're getting with Kobe Young, even though this is a new and improved Kobe Young. We know what we're getting with Kobe.
Slimmer, faster. Yep.
We don't know what we're getting with Ray Ray. We don't know what we're getting with Shimmy Shamar. No. We don't know what we're getting with receiver Robbie, Isaiah Horton,
Tyler Harrell.
We know we're getting them. Yeah. The tight end room, we pretty much know what we have in that room. We know what we have in Skinner.
Arroyo.
We know what we have in Elijah Arroyo. We know that.
Mhm.
Young boys, we know that. The D line, Leonard Taylor, we know what Leonard Taylor could be, but we don't know what we getting for real. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't know what Jared Harrison Hunt we gonna get. We don't know.
None.
Ruben Bain, we know what we saw.
We know what we saw.
Yeah, we saw that in high school. We saw it in the spring game, but we don't know what we getting.
That's secondary lineman. Those secondary linemen isn't the same. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of unknowns, but everybody has unknowns. Everybody. Yeah. Nobody knows what they're getting until the season starts. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody knows what's going to happen until you get punched in the mouth. So, competitive, yes, we should be able to compete in the ACC. To say that we shouldn't be a top 3-4 team in the ACC is crazy to me.
Right.
To me, you got Clemson, Florida State this year. North Carolina because of Drake May.
Only, yeah.
Us. And Pitt is always tough. Tough. You know what I mean? But, Pitt is always tough. And, Louisville, I think, is going to be a little tough. Wake Forest, but they lost their quarterback.
To Notre Dame.
Yeah, so, but come on, man. Like, no, we're not elite. No, not at all. That's not even close. I'm not even going. If you're saying that, you're a buck. You're bugging. But
you're bugging. You ain't keeping it a buck. You bucking.
Yeah, you work towards that. But in the meantime, yes, we should be competitive. Definitely. Yeah. I'm looking to that. I'm looking to that. We should be competitive, definitely. Yep.
Yeah, man. Couldn't even say it better myself, so I ain't even going to add on to that. I think you're 100% right. Let's get into this. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at Caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right, man. You see what it is, man. Shout out to that conversation. All right, man.
With the fitted, you already know. Ben found a fitted that fits.
Salute, man. Salute to Caneswear. Hey, man, look, I'm obviously going to be, so y'all know we already talked about it on Twitter. I'm going to be the only representative.
Listen. You talk, listen. We don't have to.
No, but like, I think the people should know. I think the people should know. You know what I'm saying? They should see me say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be all that Caneswear and Canes. Real quick, fam, help me understand something. I might be dumb for this. So practice, we can watch practice, meet the players. Is that Canes Fest and then something else happens from 3 to 7? Or did they change the times? Because I'm very confused as how. So you're telling me a Canes Fest is from 9 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night? This is simply too long.
So I'm going to take a nap. Yeah, so practice is in the morning. Then meet and greet. Then activities, I guess. You know what I mean? And then that joint is over.
Then you go home.
Yeah. It ain't an all-day thing.
I thought it was from like 3 to. I thought it was like from 9 because I remember it was supposed to be from like 3 to 7 when it first popped, and now word came out that it's from like 9 to 11:30. I was like, all right, that's not bad, but I thought it was like 9 to 11:30 and something else happens. Like, let's just. I'd much rather see practice and then get to meet the players. I'm too good with that. Yeah. So that's dope.
That's what I want to do. I want to watch the practice. You know what I mean?
But that's too bad though, right? But
son, this is just like recruiting, son. You don't know what's going to happen until August 11th or 12th, whatever it is, August 12th. Son. Yeah. I might be that. You don't know. I might show up, son.
Get a little tap. Hey, man, what you? Hey, man, I thought you did.
Hey, you hear that?
Yeah.
That's me.
But like, you heard. Oh,
Hey,
all right, man, look. Our one of our guys, man, you know what I'm saying?
I don't drink no more, Pope.
Yeah, I don't drink no more either.
Not
Pope,
hard liquor.
so.
I don't drink hard liquor.
I don't even drink
But
beer.
my wife is drinking Crown, though.
Just gonna put her out there like that?
Yeah, she's drinking Crown. It's an open bar, Crown all night.
All day. Back when I used to drink, man, as a much younger man, when I drank for real.
Yeah.
Patron and pineapple, man.
Oh,
Call that shit pleasure and yeah, boy. 3 of those, over.
I do dark. I was doing dark, man. I'm a dark liquor guy, man. So you know,
I got into dark.
I
got into darker liquors as I got older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Hennessy, and then eventually bourbons. Got really into bourbons. Got a bunch actually right there that are completely untouched because I don't drink no more. So, Pope, man, one day you're gonna come over to the crib since you're not.
Yeah, I can't
not
do
anymore.
it.
I can't. Like, I haven't had a drink since we stopped drinking on the pod for real.
Yeah, it don't feel no more. I still do wine though. I still do wine occasionally.
Okay, I've never been a wine drinker. I don't know. I think my like pops gave me like a little sip when I was a kid. I didn't like it, so I've never been a wine guy.
Yeah,
just never been my thing. All right, Poke. Yeah, we don't drink, man. Pay attention to the show, man. We drink water out here. You know what I'm saying? Hydrate. Water is the key to life.
The open bar, yo, where your water at, son?
I drive everybody get home safe. Got y'all.
Yeah.
All right, man. Our guy Charlie Rolex, aka I can't say Charlie. I don't know. I can't say the rest of that shit. Who was coming to be
Charlie Nemiak?
Nemiak. All right, we'll go with that. Who was coming to be the standout at corner this year? And how fast do you want to see Damari Brown on the field? Damn.
You see Damari on the field. Standout corner, man. That's a good question, man, because I don't know. I'm gonna say the older Brown, Devontae.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he takes that over as the number one corner, man. Yeah, I think he takes that over. And Damari, I hope to see him on the field early because that means we're winning. Yeah. If he's on the field early, man. So I hope to see him on the field early in some, second half situations or whatever. Yeah, I hope to see that.
Just to not say the same name as you, and just a name that I like saying on the pod. And look, the young man played in the ACC last year. Jadeus Rashard. I think Jadeus Rashard is not taking the number one, maybe that number two. Obviously, there's Jaden Davis, right? Jaden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then obviously Jaden Harris, y'all. Yeah, Oklahoma. Jaden Harris, you already know, man. But I see him more as a striker, so you know what I'm saying, in that whole position. So yeah, for me it's Jadeus Rashard, man. And Damari, yeah, when we're winning. I've said it before on the show, man. Like, it's cool to have freshmen that are very talented that need a year. Malik said it on the show. I'd never played D1 or Power 5. Never played football like that. You know what I'm saying? Besides pickup shit. So I'm never gonna be out here saying that something I don't know about. Malik said it, freshmen need a year. Get their bodies right. You know what I'm saying? Joe said he got into college 175. That redshirt freshman year 218. That body's different, man. That body's different. So yeah. Damari get his special teams, you know what I'm saying, maybe like a return or two. Like, you know what I'm saying, get his burn like that with like a Robert Stafford. These young players need to get their body right. These are you know what I'm saying, smaller players, so they need to get that weight up and stay away from injuries. All right. From my guy Otto, man, always showing love on social media, man, to all three of us, man. He had 2 questions, so we had to split it up. Looking ahead to fall camp, what position groups will you be paying the most attention to? Secondary.
Secondary?
Like secondary and interior D-line. I mean, the ones that we've all talked about. But all right. So let's get those 3 out of the way, right? The obvious ones. Let's just throw running back. I think I don't want to see, and I never want to see it. I don't want to see a pending number 1. I want to see competition. I want to see Don Chaney get a real shot at one. I want AJ Allen a real shot at one. Trevante's hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hope he heals up. Mark Fletcher get a real shot at two. Again, I don't want to see a lot of Mark Fletcher. Obviously towards the end of the year when he gets, you know what I'm saying, all that. Y'all already we talk about on the show. Pass protection is but running back I think is the one I'm the most interested in, and how that O-line gels. I basically said the whole fucking team, didn't I? What?
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss the obvious ones: O-line, D-line, receiver. Though for me, man, I want to see who comes to take things, man. After Kobe and X, you know, who's next up. You know, I definitely want to see. I want to see Brashard. I really want to see Shamar Kirk, man. I really want to see what he can do, man.
He left an impression on us, right? Like, because
I feel like he's ready. You know what I mean? Feel like he's ready, and he definitely has the talent. So I want to see what he can do. So the receivers as a whole.
Yeah, I think, and I'll second that with Shamar. I think until we get to talk to other players and get to know them, you know what I mean, or see them on. But like that conversation with Shamar, like you can't be that self-aware. You know what I mean? Like, man, that fresh year I just didn't want to play ball. And so honest, when you recognize your weaknesses that bluntly to people he doesn't know, because he doesn't know us, that says a lot about him and his character. So I think that might be what separates him, because he's already, you know what I'm saying? Like, you recognize what you're not. And obviously, son, that moment that he shared with us about Kevin Beard, so yeah, I'm a Shamar Kirk fan. That's just what it is. All right. Secondly, this is the second part of Otto's question. Secondly, which individual players are you interested in hearing reports about? Maybe access to their improvement, their health, or their breakout potential. So who are some players we want to keep our eyes on and get, you know what I'm saying? Like a tweet about, a group chat. You know what I'm saying?
I want to hear about Meach.
Yep.
You know, I want to hear what Demetrius Flannery. No, Freeney.
That's a different Meach.
Yeah, Demetrius Freeney is on. You know what's going on with him, how's he progressing? You know, if he's going to be successful, if it looks like he's going to be successful, I would like to hear about him.
Yeah. Very, very simple, very quick. Amon Noten.
That's
I'm a big Amon. That's my guy, man. We saw him at spring game. Loved the way he was moving. I think people forget about him because he was a quiet commit towards the end of that 21 season for that 22 class from last year. So I'm on Moten, man. I think he's going to support with his size and his ability and athletic ability. I think he's going. I would definitely want to hear more and more about Amon Moten, man.
Yeah,
that's my guy. All right, another one from Charlie. Looking at this objectively, based on Leonard Taylor's performance in past seasons, not potential. Shout out to him using parentheses. This is a legit question, Charlie. I respect it. Love the format. Do you think the preseason accolades are warranted?
I don't. I really don't like preseason awards, man, or accolades. Like, I really don't. But I understand what you're saying, and I think they're going based off potential. They're going based off potential. If we're looking at it, no, I don't think they're warranted. No. Mm-mm. If you're going based off the previous season, like I would think, or previous seasons. So if a person's a junior, you can go based off of the 2 seasons previous. Then, you know, I think it'll be a different list. You know, because but yeah.
Potential makes me mad, just as a word and as a inference, right? Like, I don't like, because all we hear is potential for Leonard Taylor. Like, he had his moments last year. You can see the stats, but like, is it because defensive coordinator didn't want to? I say wanted to keep rotating, or was he what I'm saying? Was that shelter for Leonard Taylor because his cardio wasn't right? Like, let's keep it, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it all the way a buck. Like, he is the guy that openly said, we're not saying this shit out there, right? Like, he is the guy that goes middle of the season, like, I finally learned how to eat. He said that. Like, this isn't like rumors. Like, he said that himself. Y'all see the, you know what I'm saying? In an interview. So that is yeah, I don't like preseason accolades either. And I especially don't like it coming off a 5-7 season. Like, because then it's
nobody deserves shit.
Nobody deserves shit. You can't look like that all season. Give up multiple 40-point games in the last three out of your last 4, and then you got 8 players on preseason. No, that's a no for me, man. Charlie came with the questions, man. Who's the first player on defense to get called for targeting and doesn't get overturned? Look at Charlie. What? I don't know how you expect this. Yo, Amari Carter isn't here anymore. I don't know who's gonna be the first.
Markeith Williams is here though, and I think he will be the one.
That's a good one.
Oh, Markeith. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the hammer.
Yeah, I don't know about the overturning part, but yeah, Markeith, I think, could definitely be the first one.
Has there been a targeting call on Miami that's been overturned? That's the other part of that. I can't think of one off the top of my head. It's always been like, hey, man, you got to go. It's always just kind of been what it. Yeah, I go Markeith Williams. Obviously, playing safety, second safety, that means that Jay Will would be in the box. Another one, you know what I'm saying, questions and potential. Let's got to put some tape on it, man. We got to put some tape on it. We got anything else? No, those are all the questions, man. Hey, salute to y'all, man. Son knows all those questions. Charlie, you killed it. Poke, you're going to need to slow down on the drinking, brother. Just joking. I'm saying just get home safe every time, man. You good.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters, man. Me and Poke gonna be hanging out at Canes Fest, so you know what I'm saying? Just wanna in case you wanna pop up. You know what I mean? All right, man. We got nothing else. You got something for the people, Joe? Okay, the 1980s battle rap is about to happen.
Yeah.
This shit.
Hopefully you can make it to the opener. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay.
I'm just
making
making
that in your back pocket.
Hopefully
you know that in your back pocket.
You know what I mean? Because we talking about real games. You know, practice. What are we talking about here?
You're right. We talking about a meet and greet.
What are we talking about?
Hey, man, we got nothing else, man. And this ain't Irish, man. This is Canes Forever, man. It's a You Heard podcast, man.
Let them know.
Get out of here,
Let them know what it looks like, sir.
Don't. Hey, Canes Forever, man.